Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum. Shatreen Sawati is here from Biosciences with Shatreen Sawati with a series of lectures on coronavirus. I have given you a brief introduction about the coronavirus series yesterday. So today I will deliver the first lecture from the coronavirus series. And before starting my lecture, I have a very humble request to all of you. Kindly subscribe my channel and press the bell icon, like the videos and share the videos with others. If you're sharing the lectures and videos with others, then you are sharing the knowledge with others. So keep watching, keep sharing knowledge with others. So now I'm going to start my lecture. As I have discussed that I created all these lectures on the basis of the several research articles. This is very beneficial for all those students to listen my lectures who are interesting and want to do research on coronavirus in future, are doing research on coronavirus currently. This is very important. I will give you the links related to all research articles which I use for the creation of my lectures in the description box, and you people can easily find out the links, and you can easily download the PDF form of all research articles. So now I'm going to start my lecture and I will give you the overview about the lecture. As we all are familiar that the whole world, the whole earth, planet earth is suffering from this coronavirus, and this is a great pandemic, and throughout the world scientists, researchers, doctors and common people are so much worried about this pandemic, because yet it is not controllable, and the people are, and the researchers and scientists are so much worried how and what strategies they should take to control this virus, and which types of vaccine they have to prepare. And the research is going on yet, and many trials of the vaccines on animal as well as on human being level going on in the world. So I will discuss all these things one by one, inshallah. So keep watching my lecture. Now I will give you the outline of all my lectures. I will give you the brief introduction about the coronavirus, what is basically the coronavirus is, and about the history, how it started and emerged, and then taxonomy, and then about the structure. And in structure I will discuss in detail about the proteins and genome of that virus, and then transmission, life cycles, and comparison between all types of the coronaviruses which attacked or hit the human being and human society. And I will discuss the research which is going on throughout the world, and then inshallah I will discuss vaccine and the work going on, the research work going on vaccine. So now I will give you the brief introduction. What is basically the coronavirus? I don't want to make it so much complicated, because I want to make it easy for all the people of all categories, even their students, even they are common people, they can easily understand. So what is coronavirus? Most of the people ask why the virus is called coronavirus. Most of the students ask why the virus is called coronavirus. So coronavirus represent, you can see here the structure, the diagram of the coronavirus. The coronavirus represent crown like spikes. You can see here on the surface of the coronavirus, these are the spikes, and these spikes appear like the crown. So that's why this is named as the coronavirus. So coronavirus represent crown like spikes on the outer surface of the virus, thus it was named as coronavirus. So the concept is clear now. Because of these spikes, and these spikes are made up of protein, and I will discuss the protein, and these spikes are basically coronavirus use for attachment and entry to the human cells and other host cells. So here I will give you the brief taxonomic position about coronavirus. Coronavirus basically belong to the family Coronaviridae, and the order is Nidovirales. So here I will also give you a brief introduction about the subgroups of the coronavirus. There are 4 subgroups of coronavirus: alpha coronavirus, beta coronavirus, gamma coronavirus, and delta coronavirus. So the human population is suffering from coronavirus disease, which belong to the alpha coronavirus, and it's mostly beta coronavirus, but alpha coronavirus also detected in the human population. I will show you. So the 3 most important viruses which hit the human are, number 1, you can see here, SARS coronavirus, MERS coronavirus, and the SARS coronavirus 2. So here I will discuss in detail about the what is SARS coronavirus 1 and SARS coronavirus 2, and what is the MERS coronavirus. So all these viruses which causes diseases in human diseases belong to the beta group. All these 3 viruses which are present in the human society, in the human being, and humans are suffering from that viruses, these are 3, and these all 3 viruses belong to the beta families, beta subgroup. Now, coronavirus history. I will give you a brief introduction about the history of the corona. How did, most of the people ask, most of the people think so, कि how कैसे हुआ जी कोरोना वायरस स्टार्ट. तो अभी हम देखेंगे कि how did the coronavirus start. So coronavirus, the first identified a human, scientists first identified a human coronavirus in 1965. It caused a common cold. Later that decade, researchers found a group of similar human and animal viruses and named them after their crown-like appearance, as I have discussed and showed you people the structure of the overall appearance of the coronavirus. Crown-like spikes present. 7 coronavirus can infect humans. It was confirmed by the researchers. So there are number of coronavirus ancestors, including bats and birds and many mammals. You can see here the coronavirus transmit among the same species, and also transmit to the different species. Like we can say that there is an intra-species transmission and interspecies transmission. Intra-species means between the same species, and interspecies mean, like you can see here, bird to bird. This is both the same species, so the transmission is intra species transmission. And the second one is interspecies transmission. Interspecies transmission between different species. You can see here the different species of the mammals, and then it transfer to the human, this is alpha, and then now you can see here the beta coronavirus, which include the SARS coronavirus 1, 2, and MERS coronavirus, which I am going to discuss. So this is overall the coronavirus ancestors, and how these coronavirus transmitted from the bats to the different other mammals, to camel and dog and cat, and then transfer to the human being. Now I will discuss one by one the 3 most important coronavirus which detected in the human population. The first one is the SARS coronavirus. SARS coronavirus 1, a severe acute. SARS is actually means, this is the abbreviation of the severe acute respiratory syndrome. This outbreak caused by the SARS coronavirus 1, named as SARS coronavirus 1 because this is severe acute respiratory syndrome. That's why it is known as SARS, abbreviated as SARS coronavirus. This outbreak was in 2002 in Guangdong in China. This is the city of China, Guangdong. The first virus, SARS-1 coronavirus, was emerged in Guangdong, China. And the third outbreak, I will show you, the SARS coronavirus 2, Covid-19, also emerged from the Wuhan, China. So this SARS-1 coronavirus spread to about 28 countries. And as I have mentioned that this SARS coronavirus, first coronavirus, also belonged to the beta coronavirus. And how it was originated? From the horseshoe bats. It originated from the bats, and then it is transmitted to the human through the civet cats. And civet cats traded in China for their meat. Chinese eat the flesh of these civet cats. So this coronavirus 1, SARS coronavirus 1, was transmitted from the bats to the civet cats, and then civet cats are eaten by the Chinese. So this virus transmitted from bats to cats, and then cats to human. So this is the overall story of the SARS coronavirus 1, which emerged in Guangdong, China in 2002. Now the second virus, MERS, abbreviated MERS, MERS, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. Middle East Respiratory Syndrome is abbreviated as MERS. So this coronavirus first emerged in 2012 in Saudi Arabia, and the ancestor, you can say that the transmitted species of that is the camel. It spread from its first host was camel, and then from camel it transmitted to the human. So this outbreak was in 2012 in Saudi Arabia, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome. Now I hope so the concept is now clearing upon you people how many type of the viruses circulated in the human society. First one, the SARS coronavirus 1, and then the MERS coronavirus 1, and now the most familiar coronavirus, जिससे सारी दुनिया बहुत ज़्यादा डरी हुई है और बहुत ज़्यादा इसके ऊपर इसके बारे में परेशान है और इसने सबको परेशान करके रखा हुआ है, वो है जी SARS coronavirus 2 COVID-19 disease. This disease, severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2, belong to the beta coronavirus, and it caused the disease known as COVID-19 disease. Now I will give you the history and overview. This disease emerged from the Wuhan, China. The first virus emerged from the China, and now that virus, coronavirus 2, also emerged from the China, Wuhan city से इनका Wuhan, an emerging business hub of China, experienced an outbreak of the novel coronavirus that killed more than 1,800 and infected over 70,000 individuals within the first 50 days of the epidemic. First of all, it was the epidemic, now it become the pandemic. So the novel virus was named as the Wuhan coronavirus. First Chinese ने इसको Wuhan coronavirus और 2019 novel coronavirus का नाम दिया. And later on, the International Committee on Taxonomy of Viruses named the virus as SARS coronavirus 2 and the disease as the COVID-19. Is it clear? The first was emerged in Guangdong, China, SARS corona. Then MERS emerged in Saudi Arabia 2012, and now the SARS coronavirus 2, which is also indicated as SARS-CoV2, which causes the COVID-19 disease, was named by the International Committee on the Taxonomy of the Viruses. So I think so the concept about the history and about the naming is clear upon you people. Now I'm moving towards the structure. दिस इज़ वेरी नेसेसरी. स्ट्रक्चर को समझना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. अगर हम रिसर्च करने जा रहे हैं या हम इसके लिए वैक्सीन वगैरह तैयार कर रहे हैं तो दिस इज़ वेरी नेसेसरी to know the structure of the coronavirus. So here I will discuss about a little bit about the structure, and then I will discuss in detail about the structure and proteins and genome of that kind of coronavirus in my next lecture. So coronavirus are very minute in size, and this is about 65 to 125 nanometer in diameter. It contains a single-stranded RNA. You can see here, this is single-stranded RNA. This is the genome of that virus, which is RNA, and this is positive sense RNA. And I will discuss in detail what is the single-stranded positive RNA, which act as a messenger RNA in detail. So this RNA is about 26 to 32 kilobase pair in length. Now, मूविंग टूवर्ड्स इट्स प्रोटीन. जीनोम इसका क्लियर हो गया कि क्या है जीनोम, कैसा है, और इसको हम इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में बहुत डिटेल के साथ डिस्कस करेंगे. सो स्ट्रक्चरल प्रोटीन्स, यू कैन सी हेयर 1 2 3 4. 1, first of all, S proteins. S proteins named as S because these proteins form the spikes of that coronavirus, so they are known as S proteins. And what is the these are actually glycoprotein. I will discuss in detail what is the function and how they act and many more. So this S protein, which are the spike proteins. Now moving towards the next protein, which are membrane proteins. It form the membrane of the coronavirus. Then next one is the envelope proteins. You can see here, and then the nucleocapsid proteins, which surround the nucleic acid RNA and represented by N. So this viral RNA I will discuss in detail inshallah in my next lecture, so keep watching all the lecture and I will tell you in detail that what are S proteins and how they play an important role in eliciting the immune response during the disease progression, inshallah, in detail. So if you have any question, you can ask me in and share it with me in comment box, and I will try my best to give you the more clear concept about the coronavirus. Inshallah, if you see all my lectures one by one, all the concepts related to the coronavirus will be clear upon you people. So thank you very much. Kindly watch the video, like the video and share with other. And thank you very much. I will come back soon with a new lecture on coronavirus from the coronavirus series. Allah Hafiz.